Okay, so we're looking at lesson 61 on page 320 in our textbook, and this is on adding three or more fractions. And really, it's no different than adding two fractions, except now we're adding a third one to the problem. And what I want to know is, Tucker, I want you to tell me when we are adding fractions, like let's say we're going to add, let me take 1/2, 1/4, and then I want to add 1/8. Tucker, as I'm looking at this problem, what is the number one, first thing, most important thing I want to do before I do anything else? What is the primary, most important job I have right now, Tucker? Huh? But why are you doing that? What is the purpose of doing that? That's you answer my question. Don't tell me how to do the problem. I'm asking you to tell me what is the rule. What is the one thing I'm looking for? You're telling me the right thing, but I want to know what went through your head. What are you trying to do? You're trying to make the denominator common, right? So what you're saying is absolutely correct. But what I want to know is I want to make sure all of you understand that the very first thing I do when I'm adding these fractions is I am looking at my denominator and I want to see, is my denominator all the same? Is it matching? And if it's not, then like Tucker said, I have to make it match. And we can look at this problem and instantly know that 8 is probably going to be the correct denominator. Okay, but if the problem was a little bit harder, if we had maybe a 6, an 8, and a 4 there, then we'd have to work a little bit harder at figuring out what the common denominator is. So let's just scratch this for a minute. What if I had 1/6 plus 1/4 plus 1/8? How would I go about finding my lowest common, or my lowest common denominator, Skylar? I would do the factors or the multiples, actually. I want to do the multiples, right? Um, Factors is not what I want to do. I want to do multiples. So I start with, I have 6, and I know that it's 6, 12, 18, oh brother, really? 18, 24, 30. For 4, I have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. For 8, I have 8, 16, 24, 30. What's my common multiple here? Anybody see? Tucker? Yeah, 24. Look at 24 is a number that I see in all three rows. So that is my multiple. So let me erase this mess over here. It's all in the way. So that's how we would find out, guys. So that's the second thing we want to do. We want to list our multiples. We want to list our multiples of all of our denominators, and that's going to help us find the common denominator, which in this case we know is going to be 24. So we have a 24 here, we have a 24 here, and then we have 24 here. And then how do I go about getting my numerator? What do I have to do, Mason? Okay, okay. Let me repeat what you just said. You said what we have to do is, since we know our times tables, we have to figure out what times 6 will give us 24. And you said that it's 4, right? And you said whatever we put on the bottom, we have to put on the top. And then we multiply the top also, and we get 4 with 24. And then for this one down here, Glenn, what would this next one be? Okay, I got to put a 6 above it, and 6 over 24. All right, and then Peter, what's going to go down here? Times 3. And then 1 times 3 gives me 3. So now all this becomes my new problem. All my denominators are matching. So now all I have to do is add them all up, right? And when I add them up, what do I get? Tucker? Yes, I get 13 over 24. Everybody understand that? Any problems with that? All right. Let me scroll on up, get rid of that, and we'll bring in our next problem. Here we have to add 1.5 plus 2 1/3 plus 3 1/6. All right. Tucker, what do I want to do? I do here 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 2 equals 6. So it's 2 6, okay. 2 times 3 here. Okay. Huh? Okay. Now what do I do? Ben, what do I do next? Yes. Okay, I have to bring over the whole numbers. I have to bring over the 1, I have to bring over the 2, and I have to bring over the 3. And I add these up. And what do I get, Ben? 6. And then what about my fraction? So this equals 6 also. 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6. So I have 6 and 6/6. 6/6 is the same thing as saying 1, right? So I have 6 plus 1, which is 7. Would you all agree with that? Because this turns into a 1. And 6 and 1 is 7. Okay, Skylar? Yeah, you can add the fraction first and then just carry that 1 over to make it a whole number. Yep, you can do that. You can add this up here. Let me put color to that. You can take the fractions here, add them up, and get 6 over 6, and make that a 1, and carry the 1 over to here, and just add 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and get our 7 that way. Right? Okay. Any questions on that, guys? All right. Well, listen, that's our lesson for today. We're going to stop here and do some practice set problems on the board. But that's our lesson. Hope you understood it, and have a good day.